Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chill English, the cozy place where we relax, listen, and practice English slowly and naturally. I'm Quinn, and today, I want to tell you a story that means a lot to me. It's about a school competition that I'll never forget. It wasn't just a contest. It was a journey that taught me about effort, friendship, and courage. The competition I want to share with you was an English speaking contest at my school last year. When our teacher first announced it, the whole class was buzzing with excitement. Everyone wanted to join, but at the same time, we were a little nervous. After all, speaking English in front of a big audience was something new for many of us. At first, I hesitated. I loved English, but the thought of standing on stage, under all those eyes, made my heart race. Then, my teacher smiled at me and said, "Don't be afraid of making mistakes. The moment you dare to speak, you've already won." That simple sentence stayed in my mind for days, and finally, I decided to sign up. From that day on, every afternoon after class, I stayed a bit longer to practice. I wrote my speech carefully, line by line. Then I stood in front of the mirror, read it out loud, and recorded myself speaking. The first few times, my voice trembled. I paused too much, forgot words, and sometimes felt embarrassed. But slowly, my voice grew steadier, my pronunciation clearer, and my confidence stronger. My teacher also helped me polish my delivery, how to stress words naturally, how to pause, and how to connect emotion to every sentence. Sometimes, I practiced with my friends in the library. Each of us had a different way to prepare. Some practiced facial expressions, some focused on body language, and others tried to speak with passion. We laughed a lot whenever someone mispronounced a word in a funny way. Those study sessions were filled with energy, laughter, and support. Then came the big day. The school courtyard was decorated with colorful flags and banners. On the stage, a big sign read, "English Speaking Contest, be brave, be yourself." I held my paper tightly in my hands, feeling both nervous and excited. The audience was large, the sun was shining, and my heart was beating faster with every passing minute. When it was finally my turn, I took a deep breath and walked to the stage. My hands were a little cold, but when I looked down, I saw my teacher smiling and my friends waving at me. That smile gave me courage. I started to speak, slowly, clearly, and from the heart. At first, my voice was shaky, but as I continued, I felt something change. People were listening. They nodded, smiled, and I could feel a warm connection growing between us. So I spoke louder, more confidently, letting my words flow with emotion. When I reached the final line, I said, "English is not just a subject, it's a way for us to share our dreams with the world." The moment I finished, the crowd erupted into applause. My heart was still pounding, but this time, it wasn't fear, it was joy. I had done it. I had faced my fear and spoken from my heart, and that feeling, that freedom, was worth more than any prize. Later, when the results were announced, I couldn't believe it. I had won second place. But to me, that trophy wasn't the most valuable thing. What mattered most was what I had learned. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from daring to begin. After the contest, something changed inside me. English stopped being just a school subject. It became a living part of my day, in the songs I listened to, the shows I watched, and the way I expressed myself. When I spoke English, I didn't feel afraid anymore. I felt alive. That competition also taught me about the power of friendship. We didn't compete against each other. We encouraged one another, shared ideas, corrected mistakes, and celebrated every small win together. After every practice, we often went out for ice cream, laughing about our funny pronunciation mistakes. Those moments are still some of my favorite memories. Looking back, I realized that the contest wasn't just a test of skill. It was a small turning point in my journey of learning English. From a shy student afraid to speak, I became someone who enjoys communication and believes in the magic of sharing through language. That change didn't happen overnight. It grew little by little, with every mistake, every word, and every smile from people who believed in me. And you know what? Every competition, big or small, comes with a bit of pressure. But if you can look beyond the fear and give your best, what you gain isn't just a certificate or a medal. It's a stronger version of yourself. So if you're also learning English or preparing for a contest of your own, I just want to remind you, believe in yourself. Practice hard, but don't forget to enjoy the process. Because sometimes, the most beautiful part of success isn't the victory itself. It's every brave step you took to get there. Thank you for joining me today and listening to my story. If you enjoyed this calm little moment, don't forget to like and subscribe to Chill English so we can keep learning, relaxing, and growing together, one story at a time.